one. Go back and forth. Whose lands? Whose lands? Okay, so I'll do it and then you do it. Whose lands? Autumn lands. Whose lands? Peapod's lands. Whose lands?
Autumn lands.
Whose lands?
Peapod's lands.
Whose lands?
Autumn lands.
Whose lands?
Peapod's lands.
Now, one of the reasons that we got to do that, we make sure that we pay heed and pay notice to the folks whose lands are stolen, is because so often they like to invisibilize our traumas and the oppressions that our people have suffered over time, right? That's why we out here saying Black Lives Matter, because they keep saying that our lives don't, and they like to invisibilize the trauma that we suffer. So when we go, whose lands? Autumn lands. Whose lands? Peapod's lands. They're some of the most invisibilized peoples around. I bet most folks don't even know that Maricopa was named after a tribe. This is a problem, right? Because that form of oppression, that genocide, was one of the worst that ever hit the nation. The United States, that then became this colonized land. And we're still dealing with the colonizing force, the police departments, all out throughout the lands, and they're killing all of our peoples because they're trying to control labor, and it's a racialized system of control to put our people into prisons, and when they can't put us in prisons, then they're killing our folks in cars, like that execution that happened just the other day to Garcia, right?
Right.
So when I say defund, you say what?
Police.
When I say abolish, then you say what?
Police.
Is the strategy. And when I say fuck the police, you say that's the attitude. Defund?
Police.
Abolish?
Police.
Is the strategy. Defund the police is the strategy. Abolish the police is the goal. Fuck the police is the attitude. Defund the police is the strategy. Abolish the police
Is the goal.
fuck the police is the
Attitude.
defund the police. Abolish the police.
The goal.
Fuck the police is the
Attitude.
defund the police is the
Attitude.
abolish the police is the things that are defined as crimes is that 85% of the things that are on the books have nothing to do with harm to another human being and everything to do with property. So the police are set up to protect and serve the interest of property in the capitalist structure of the system, right? So when we go bourgeoisie, run and hide, we're talking about the folks who pay the police, who control the police, who the police have an interest in making sure that their property and us being as controlled labor do not affect their ability to gain more property. So when I go bourgeoisie, run and hide, y'all say what? Bourgeoisie, run and hide. Bourgeoisie, run and hide. Bourgeoisie, run and hide. Now, I really like that chant a whole lot because it shows the solidarity that's going on here. And Black Lives Matter has always been about, when they're out there chanting around, all lives matter. Yo, all lives will matter when Black lives do. But there's nothing in that statement that says that people who were LGBTQIA+, people who were gender non-conforming and all the rest of that stuff are not being killed by the police. It's not to say that when a trans black woman raises her hand on a sidewalk in downtown Phoenix, she's not going to get pulled over and thrown in jail for solicitation of prostitution. Manifestation laws. It's the same laws that are hurting our black young brothers and our brown young brothers and sisters who are throwing up a hand or shaking hands on a sidewalk who are being arrested for selling dope. That shit is called criminalizing our people. They're attacking our identities. Now, when the 13th Amendment was passed, supposedly to outlaw, the system of enslavement in the United States, it said that slavery and involuntary servitude except as punishment for a crime. That was the very first time that slavery was ever written into the Constitution. And then they built this system with convict leasing after that inside of the prisons to sell the labor of the people who were incarcerated back to the same plantations and mines from which they were just liberated from. And the way that they were able to get away with this is something that's called the Black Codes, which were a copy and paste of the slave codes of the 1712 South Carolina statutes at large. That was even before they became a state. They were still a colony at this time, and they were passing laws, and that's where the slave patrols come from, and that is one major element of where the police come from. But then from the Black Codes, they had this thing that was called vagrancy laws. And the vagrancy laws are still active today, and I'm going to tell you how they work. Because when they say that you cannot loiter in front of a business, when you cannot sleep on a sidewalk, those are vagrancy laws, and those are the same laws that are being applied to our people. I'm going to make a bigger connection that most of the people who are homeless have either been arrested and through prison and jail have been served this fascist military regime, been overseas to fight and oppress other black and brown peoples around the world, and they come back and this country doesn't want them, they don't take care of them, and they're dealing with all of this emotional trauma, and they got dope and stuff that they're dealing with. 20 years sober, if you think I'm coming out of pocket. Like, so I've come off the streets and out of the dope, and then they end up on the streets and into constant contact with the police. The police are a part of the executive branch of the United States government. And they're one of the only forms of government that most of the United States citizens will ever come into contact with. These vagrancy laws are targeting our people. So when we're saying bourgeoisie, run and hide, we're talking about the people that actually have the anger against us. And when we're saying this chant, what we're talking about is our people unifying in a way to push off the oppression that affects us all.
Justice right now. They're demanding answers. They want Phoenix police to release all the body footage. All the body footage. All of it. Today they released a bullshit video to try to show that someone who had a gun. It's Arizona. People have guns. That doesn't matter. People are allowed to, they can carry. What we want is a whole footage, every single body camera, every single cop who showed up, everything from when they were driving to when they got there to when they killed them. We want every single body camera, okay? So don't let them lie to us, don't let them lie to you. That video is bullshit. We want it all. And we demand Mayor Gallego and the police chief to stop bullshitting us and to release the damn video to the family. Gracias a todos por estar aquí. Este fin de semana la policía de Phoenix volvió a asesinar a otra persona, James J. Garcia, que estaba en su carro cuando la policía llegó diciendo que habían recibido una llamada. Lo mataron, le dispararon varias veces y se fueron, la familia sin respuestas, sin nada. Y hoy estamos exigiendo a la policía, al alcalde Gallego, a la jefa de policía, que dé todos los videos, todo, completamente todo. No el video que trataron de sacar hoy diciendo que el chavo tenía una pistola. ¿Y qué si tenía una pistola? Es Arizona que puedes traer pistola. Lo que queremos ver es por qué lo asesinaron. Eso es lo que queremos ver. Y eso es lo que estamos exigiendo ahorita. Que nos dejen de fregar y nos dejen de decir mierdas y chingaderas, el alcalde y la jefa de policía, y que nos digan la verdad, que dejen los videos y que la familia reciba sus videos. Y por eso estamos aquí hoy. Para apoyar a la familia, para darles amor a la familia, para ir a donde pasó esto y honrar la vida de James y no dejar que la policía siga hablando de él como lo han tratado de hablar. You know, we're also and being here is showing love and making sure that they are not allowed to portray, and the media is not allowed to portray our loved ones how they want to portray them. These are our loved ones. They're not suspect. His name is James Garcia. And that's why we're here. And so we're making those demands to Mayor Gallego. We're making those demands to Chief Williams. What they release is unacceptable. One, it's not everything, so they're not being transparent. And two, we don't believe it. They lie all the time. We don't believe them anymore. We want every single video from every single cop who showed up and shot and killed James. Queremos todos los videos de todas las personas que llegaron y que asesinaron a James. Eso es lo que queremos. And so thank you everyone for being here, all the orgs who are here. I'm also going to have Berta who's going to join us, and then Sarah who's going to join us as well. And that we reaffirm today as organizations, as individuals, as people. Poder in Action, Black Lives Matter, Black Phoenix Organizing Collective, Mass Liberation, We Rise, all these organizations that are here today, reiterating that our liberation is tied to each other and that we're not going to let them pin us against each other, because we know that the state, we know that the police, we know that it's them who are killing us. Y estamos exigiendo otra vez que no nos van a dejar que nos hagan enemigos entre uno y el otro. Y este espacio espero que veamos eso, que el enemigo no somos nosotros mismos, es el Estado, es la policía, es la violencia y es el racismo. Y por eso estamos aquí, porque nuestra liberación está atada el uno al otro. And yes, we're angry as hell, and yes, we want to shut shit down, and yes, we know there's cops here in the crowd. So take back the message to Police Chief and Mayor Gallega. Release the damn videos. And let them know too that we're fighting together with each other and refuse to allow the police, the mayor, or anyone else continue to blame us for their violence. So nomás a algunos que están aquí, que son de la policía, que están entre nosotros, que si van a estar aquí, lleven un mensaje a su jefe, lleven un mensaje al alcalde, que exigimos esos malditos videos, todos los videos, y déjenles saber que estamos unidos y que no vamos a dejar que ni el alcalde, ni la policía, ni nadie más nos traten de ver a nosotros como enemigos y que nos hagan, traten de hacer nosotros. We're gonna now walk back and we're gonna march back to the office. Queremos asegurarnos que todos estén seguros, que todos salgan bien. Tenemos gente aquí a riesgo. Y no porque les tengamos miedo, no porque les tengamos miedo debemos nada, sino porque nos vamos a mantener seguros, porque sabemos que ellos no nos van a mantener seguros. Right? And so we're gonna leave candles, leave all of that, leave your flowers, and then we're gonna get together, kind of how we came, and march back. And not because we're afraid of them, not because we're leaving, but because we're gonna keep each other safe, because we know they don't keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe. We keep us safe. Stay together, stay safe.
Check, mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
So we just heard a little bit about what's going on around us, right? Yes. Right. Do we have allies in the crowd with us right now? Yes. Word. And remember we talked about centering earlier and centering the folks who are the most vulnerable? With the folks who are allies here, please on the extremity, right? Because you as the body that you hold, your identity in your body is less likely to experience police violence. Yeah. Right? I can't use this mic, it's not working, but y'all hear me, right? Yeah. So can our allies please form a wall between those most vulnerable and the police? Yeah. Thank you. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. We keep us safe. Who keeps us safe? 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 We keep us safe. Who Coming through. All right, don't worry. Keep the sign where it is, and I'll make my way around. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
No, we are here. The agreement that we formed earlier is that we're going to walk in pace. And part of the request that we've made is that our allies be on the extremities, right? But we still want the signs in the front, right? Because this is where the centering has happened. So please let the signs be in the front. We are going to do our best, the same way that we came here.
Signs in the front.
The what?
Signs in the front.
Yep, signs in the front. And then we're going to wait until everybody's done placing candles and everything else like that, and we're all going to go back together, right?
Sure.
So we came together, we return together, right? We protect us. They don't protect us. They kill us. So that's what that is. And here in a moment, when we're ready to go, before we start walking, we're going to have the vehicles that are around here turn around so that we can continue walking. Is that okay? I may ask everybody to step back depending on what's happening. Just be cautious. Let the folks in the back take a step back. If I ask you all to back up first and then slowly move backwards, that way we don't trample or trip over anybody. Is that okay? All right. And before we take off, if anybody brought a cooler with them, you volunteered with us to bring a cooler back. And there's a couple of coolers still left over there. And if you can't do it anymore, that is okay. Can you please tap a buddy? But you took on responsibility, so then maybe you can ask your buddy and double check with your buddy to make sure they all got back. Is that okay? All right, so while we're getting ready, we're standing here, since we're all in agreement with protecting ourselves and getting back the way that we showed up. Release the 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 defund the police is the what? Strategy. Abolish the police is the what? FTP is the what?
Attitude.
Defund the police is the what?
Strategy.
Abolish the police is the what?
Goal.
FTP is the what?
Attitude.
Right? So I'm using the acronym because we're in front of people's homes right now. Maybe they don't want us teaching their kids these words, right? But we could teach ideas, right? So defund the police is the what?
Strategy.
Abolish the police is the what?
Goal.
FTP is the what?
Attitude.
And why are we mad about it? Why is that our attitude? Because they keep killing us. Justice for who?
James Garcia.
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 Okay, so this is going to be logistical stuff. Can somebody in the back?
Phoenix police keep killing folks. DPS killed Deion Johnson a little while ago, and then the body that is supposed to investigate that is the Phoenix police. And then almost exactly the same thing that happened to Deion Johnson that happened here to James Garcia only a few days ago. Except for at this time the police are upset. They have to be upset because we're getting vastly much more closer to defunding the police. And then what they did here was like an execution-style firing line into a car in a place that they should have never been.
Is this a turning point for your community in Phoenix?
This is a turning point for the entire world. There are countries all over the planet that are protesting Black Lives Matter. It is a rallying call against continued state oppression. The world is changing.
Can you give me your name, please?
My name is Renaissance, and I'm the Minister of Activism with Black Lives Matter Phoenix Metro, and I've got a march to
Thank you very much.
Could the people that are in front of this march please move so that this vehicle can move? Please get to one side of the street. This way it is safe. We keep ourselves safe.
Or I can wait till they go around me and then I'll put it in.
If that's how you would like us to do it.
I'll just send whatever you get a can of water to go by.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk past this white car, and then they're going to turn around and follow us in. Okay?
You got water.
And they got water if you want it, passing by. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
All right, mic check. Mic check.
Mic check.
I know we're moving a little bit quick now, but we had an agreement earlier to stick together and to walk slow. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Word. So, I'm asking those of us in the front to help me keep pace, to help us keep pace, right? Because they're going to follow as fast as we move. But we're just going to take nice slow steps so that everybody stays together. We good? Yeah. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Hold on. We got a chant about to start up here. We've been speaking English for a long time.
Justicia. Ahora.
Justicia. Ahora. Justicia. Ahora. La misma porquería. La misma porquería.
So sorry.
La misma porquería. La policía. La misma porquería. ¿Qué queremos? Justicia. ¿Cuánto? Ahora. ¿Qué exigimos? Justicia. ¿Cuánto? Ahora. ¿Qué queremos? Justicia. ¿Cuánto? Ahora. ¿Qué queremos? Justicia. ¿Cuándo? Ahora. Justice for who? Justice for who? no more. We're fed up. Can't take it 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 no more.
Okay, ahora los vecinos, the neighbors, this is a chance to ask people to join. This únete, únete a la lucha, únete, 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 únete a la lucha, únete, únete, únete a la lucha, únete, únete, únete a la lucha, únete, únete, únete a la lucha, únete. Okay. So cada vez que digan su nombre, vamos a decir presente. When I say his name, we're going to say presente. This is the last road that James was in. Esa es la última calle, ¿verdad? Donde estaba James. Y queremos asegurarnos de que sepamos y que digamos su nombre recio, fuerte, con amor. And I'm asking for everyone to join and say his name strong with love. And we're also going to say presente. James Garcia. Presente. James Garcia. Presente. James Garcia. Presente. James Garcia. Presente. Presente. James Garcia. Presente. Presente. James Garcia. 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 Presente. ¿Qué queremos? Justicia. What do we want? Justice. ¿Qué queremos? Justicia. What do we want? Justice. ¿Cuándo? Ahora. When? Ahora. When? Ahora. When? Ahora. ¿Qué queremos? Justicia. ¿Cuándo? Ahora. ¿Cuándo? Ahora. ¿Cuándo? Ahora. ¿Cuándo? Ahora. James Garcia. Presente. James Garcia. Presente. James Garcia. Presente. James Garcia. Presente. Thank you. La policía, la migra, la misma porquería. 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 La policía, police, ICE, the same shit twice. 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 All right, we're gonna take a second here.
All right, hold up.
1 second, Peter.
Maybe we can project it too.
What do we have? We can do a wrong, dude. I think we can do this truck.
Okay.
No. Hold on, let me try. No, that's not. It's gonna take this time. Yeah. We can do it ground. Yeah, we can do it. For now? Yeah, if y'all don't mind.
James Garcia.
Presente.
James Garcia.
Presente.
James Garcia.
Presente.
All right, now we're gonna walk, keep walking. Vamos a seguir caminando. Thank you.
I can hear my neighbors crying, I can't breathe.
I can hear my neighbors crying, I can't breathe.
Now I'm in the struggle, and I can't leave.
Now I'm in the struggle, and I can't leave.
Calling out the violence of the racist police.
I need you to stop right there.
Calling out the violence of the racist police. We won't stop until our people are free. We won't stop until our people are free. We won't stop until our people are free. We won't stop until our people are free.
I can hear my neighbors crying, I can't breathe.
I can hear my neighbors crying, I can't breathe.
Now I'm in the struggle, and I can't leave.
Now I'm in the struggle, and I can't leave.
Calling out the violence of the racist police.
Calling out the violence of the racist police.
We won't stop until our people are free.
We won't stop until our people are free.
I said, we won't stop until our people are free.
We won't stop until our people are free.
I can hear my neighbors crying, I can't breathe.
I can hear my neighbors crying, I can't breathe.
Well, now I'm in the struggle, and I can't leave.
Now I'm in the struggle, and I can't leave.
Calling out the violence of the racist police.
Calling out the violence of the racist police.
We won't stop until our people are free.
We won't stop until our people are free.
Said, we won't stop until our people are free.
We won't stop until our people are free.
I can hear my neighbors crying, I can't breathe.
I can hear my neighbors crying, I can't breathe.
Now I'm in the struggle, and I can't leave.
Now I'm in the struggle, and I can't leave.
Calling out the violence of the racist police.
Calling out the violence of the racist police.
We won't stop until our people are free.
We won't stop until our people are free.
I said, we won't stop until our people are free.
We won't stop until our people are free.
Oh, we are going, mic check,
Mic check!
mic check,
Mic check!
safety information,
Safety information!
safety information.
Safety information!
We will
We will
walk down
walk down
the same street
the same street
we came up.
we came up.
So please follow me down this road right here.
So please follow me down this road right here.
You guys got this.
Vamos a seguir por la misma camino, en el mismo camino, no en la calle. Sigan el mismo camino por donde venimos.
Signs up front, signs up front.
All right, yeah, can we get the banners up front, actually?
Can we move behind the banners?
All
Todos
the signs up front.
los signs para enfrente, por favor, y todos atrás. The people can move behind the signs.
Slow down until everybody gets there. Southern quick, you guys fast. That's a different kind of march. Sometimes we want to go fast, but right now we're trying to stay slow because in numbers, especially when it's dark out here, right? We got strength in numbers. So there's this chant that we like to do. It's from Assata Shakur. You guys know who Assata Shakur is?
Yeah!
Right? Black Panther Party member.
Black Liberation Army.
Black Liberation Army.
Let's go!
Ran breakfast programs and all that, right?
Let's go!
You know, just saying, the reason that they were afraid of the Black Panther Party wasn't entirely because it had guns. Now that's definitely something. A Negro with a gun is something to be afraid of. Or because we have the power to defend ourselves, which is also why the cops is out here right now, because we got power in numbers. Say that?
So vamos a hacer una porra de alguien que se llama Assata Shakur, que era miembro del partido de Panteras Negros, que era una mujer que seguía, hacía programas de comida, programas para gente. Y la policía en ese tiempo no tenía miedo, solamente porque teníamos armas, ¿verdad? Como gente negra. pero sino porque saben que tanto poder tenemos. Estoy traduciendo, yo obviamente no soy persona negra, estoy traduciendo. Pero no tenían miedo, porque como gente negra, con armas nos podemos defender. Y así como estamos ahorita en números, nos podemos defender. Y por eso nos tenían miedo. ¿Verdad? Okay, go ahead.
All right. Did you teach a chant in Spanish? Okay, so first we're going to go through the chant, then we'll do it, all right?
Vamos a seguir, vamos a decir lo que dice y luego lo vamos a hacer juntos. Pero primero vamos a aprender.
And we can do the Spanish and the English at the same time.
Y vamos a tratar de hacerlo español e inglés al mismo tiempo.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
First, we want to hear the Spanish translation to make sure everybody that speaks Spanish that doesn't speak English understands what I'm saying. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
Okay, so what's the Spanish translation of that?
Es nuestro deber luchar por nuestra libertad. A ver todos. Es nuestro deber luchar por nuestra libertad.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
Es nuestro deber ganar.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
Tenemos que amarnos y apoyarnos. Porque amarnos y apoyarnos.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
No tenemos nada que perder más que nuestras cadenas. No tenemos nada que perder más que nuestras cadenas.
Do you think it would be possible for us to do it all together? No way?
I'll do it all in English and then
We'll do it all in English and then all in Spanish? Word. Okay, so I'm learning on the fly. We can keep marching. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
es nuestro deber luchar por nuestra libertad. Es nuestro deber luchar por nuestra libertad. Es nuestro deber ganar.
Es nuestro deber ganar.
Debemos amarnos y apoyarnos. No tenemos nada que perder más que nuestras cadenas.
No tenemos nada que perder más que nuestras cadenas.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Un poco más fuerte ahora. Es nuestro deber luchar por nuestra libertad.
Es nuestro deber luchar por nuestra libertad.
Es nuestro deber ganar.
Es nuestro deber ganar.
Debemos amarnos y apoyarnos.
Debemos amarnos y apoyarnos.
No tenemos nada que perder
No tenemos nada que perder
más que nuestras cadenas.
más que nuestras cadenas.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause
The power of the people don't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop. community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what resistance looks like.
This is what resistance looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what resistance looks like.
This is what resistance looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what resistance looks like.
This is what resistance looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what resistance looks like.
This is what resistance looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what resistance looks like.
This is what resistance looks like.
Show me what power looks like.
This is what power looks like.
Show me what power looks like.
This is what power looks like.
Show me what the people look like.
This is what the people look like.
Show me what the people look like.
This is what the people look like.
Whose lands?
Our land.
Whose lands?
Our land.
Okay, so there's two of them. Autumn and then Pupash. Whose lands?
Our land.
Whose lands?
People's land.
Whose lands?
Our land.
Whose lands?
People's land.
Whose lands?
Our land.
Hey, it's my auntie lost their son.
As we walk, please step up.
As we walk, please step up.
By this sign. And now we're going to take the sidewalk.
When brown lives are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When undocumented lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When undocumented lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When DACA lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When LGBTQ lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When your rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When LGBT lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When migrant lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When migrant lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When DACA lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Justice for whom?
James Garcia.
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 Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Keep walking. This one, walk faster. Walk faster.
Walk faster!
Walk faster.
Walk faster. Walk faster. Walk faster.
Walk faster.
Walk faster! When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When
keep us safe?
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Woo! Woo! Stay together, stay safe. Stay together, stay safe. Stay together, stay safe.
Stay together, stay safe.
Stay together, stay safe.
Stay together, stay safe.
Stay together, stay safe.
Stay together, stay safe.
Stay together, stay safe.
Stay together, stay safe.
Stay together, stay safe.
Stay together, stay safe.
You don't know until you turn around?
Alright, we're gonna give them space. Let's start walking. When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When brown lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When darker lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Back up, back up. We want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass we don't need them, need them.
Back up, back up. We want freedom, freedom.
All these racist ass
We don't need them, need them. Back up, back up. We want freedom, freedom.
all these racist ass
We don't need them, need them. Back up, back up. We want freedom, freedom. All those racist ass cops. We don't need them, need them. Back up, back up. We want freedom, freedom. All those racist ass cops. We don't need them, need them. Back up, back up. We want freedom, freedom. All those racist ass cops. We don't need them, need them. Back up, back up. We want freedom, freedom. All those racist ass cops. We don't need them, need them. We want freedom, freedom. Till these racist ass cops. We don't need them, need them. We don't need them, need them. Back up, we want freedom, freedom. Till these racist ass cops.
We don't need them, need them. Back up, we want
Freedom, freedom. Till these racist ass cops. We don't need them, need them.
Hey man, you got gas. You're good. James Garcia! James Garcia! James Garcia!
James Garcia! Justice for who? 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 James Garcia! Justice for who?
James Garcia!
Justice for who? James Garcia! Justice for who? James Garcia! Justice for who?
James Garcia!
Justice for who?
James Garcia!
Justice for who?
James Garcia!
Justice for who?
James Garcia! James Garcia! James Garcia!
James Garcia! Justice for who? James Garcia! Justice for who? James Garcia! Justice for who? James Garcia! Justice for who?
James Garcia!
Justice for who?
James Garcia!
Justice for who?
James Garcia! James Garcia!
Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! If we don't get it, shut it down! 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 If we don't get it, shut it down!
The drone was ours. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yo, I was like, fuck the police.
Right, thank you for everyone who joined. Again, we're demanding for this footage to be released, but also of all the footage of all the victims. 2 months ago, Ryan Whitaker was killed at his home for a wrong call. Here we are. Again, there's conversation that they didn't even have, they weren't even in the right house. We want everything released. Estamos aquí exigiendo este video, pero también todos los videos que la policía todavía tiene. Hace 2 meses mataron a Ryan Whitaker. También mataron a Dion Johnson. They also killed Dion Johnson. Las familias exigen esos videos, and the families demand those videos, those unedited videos, to be released. So right now we're gonna wrap up. There's restrooms inside. There's 2 restrooms from the family. Oh, be careful. There's a car. Can people back up, cover the car?
I got it.
Thank you. So that we were. Yeah, you can come closer. Maybe they'll help. Okay. So this happened in a few hours as we were getting family and permission from the family. They're barely in the process of getting all the burial and funeral arrangements. They haven't seen their loved one. They haven't seen James. There's a lot of pain, and we wanted to just let them know that we're here and that we love them and that we were here as a community. Hoy estamos con la familia. Todavía no han visto a su bebé, no han visto a James. Todavía no pueden enterrarlo. So, en unas horas nos unimos como comunidad para enseñarles que los queremos y darles amor, que estamos aquí como comunidad, porque cuando le pasa a uno, nos pasa a todos. Y por eso estamos aquí. So we want to make sure everyone gets home safe. And we want to continue organizing bigger things. Again, James is one person. The Phoenix Police is the deadliest department in the country. El departamento de Phoenix es el departamento más mortífero de todo el país. So este es otra vez otro empiezo, pero no es el final. No podemos dejar que sea el final. Seguimos exigiendo, seguimos uniéndonos y eso vamos a seguir haciendo. Pero por hoy, esta noche, hoy vamos a terminar y llevarnos ese amor y llevar ese respeto y ese honor ante la familia y esperar hasta que nos digan ellos que siguen. So for tonight, we're gonna take all the love that was shared, take all the love that we have given and shared with each other in solidarity as working class people, as black people, as brown people, as LGBTQ queer people. And we're gonna take that and we're gonna honor the life of James, and we're gonna wait for the family to tell us what's next.
It's very important that we move with the family, because if we're out here on the behalf of them, we want to make sure what we're doing they're happy with. That's what they want, right? So tonight we go home, but tonight is not the end. And please do not let it be the end, because these things are long-term struggles, okay? It's a marathon, it's not a race. So we gotta make sure as we move it, making sure we conserve our energy so that we can be in the long run, okay? Because there's a lot of people out there for Dion Johnson, and now we're seeing a lot less people, you know what I'm saying? And so it's important to think about this as a long-term struggle, okay? So when you go home tonight, the work is not done, but you must rest so that we can fight another day. It's very important when we think about this that we don't just come out when someone dies, okay? I really hope that y'all can promise me that you're gonna come and make sure that we see justice on this case. We cannot forget him. We cannot let this be another hashtag. We have to demand justice. We have to be unrelentless. We must not forget. We must not forgive. We must continue to demand accountability. That's right. Because the Phoenix police think they can keep killing us. Many of us have been out in these streets for respectful. They didn't hear us yet. That means we need to continue to fight. That means we need to switch up tactics. Like whether it's a phone blockade, we shut their phone lines for days. Whether it's we fill up their inboxes, both emails and the phone box, so that they can't do no work. So that we make them everywhere they look, they see justice. Justice for James. Justice for Dion. Justice for all of the lives that they continue to kill. We cannot forget, and we cannot let them forget. So while we enjoy diversity of tactics, we must continue the fight. So I want y'all all, I'm glad we got back here. We made sure all of our people are safe, especially when we know that we're not all at risk for the same things. Some of us have to worry about getting shot by the police. Some of us have to worry about getting picked up by the police. Some of us have to worry about getting picked up by the police and then taken to ICE. So it's really critical when we go out together as a community that we come together back as a community. And we did that tonight. So we succeeded today, okay?
Un poco. Pues, que esto no puede ser el fin, ¿verdad? Que ir a las calles solamente cuando alguien muere no es suficiente. Tenemos que estar presentes, tenemos que seguir. Que esto no es el fin y no es la única táctica, que vamos a seguir haciendo tácticas, todo tipo de tácticas para asegurarnos que nos escuchen. Y hoy salimos como comunidad y sabemos que todos tenemos diferentes riesgos, ya sea por no tener papeles, por ser comunidad que nos pueden matar, que nos pueden deportar, por ser LGBT, que hoy salimos como comunidad y regresamos como comunidad y eso hoy es una ganancia. Gracias.
Hey, you guys, thank you for coming out tonight. We truly appreciate you. We truly love you. For each and every one of you that needs to get rest, needs to get back home to your babies, please do so. But for us and those who want to stay here, because James Garcia, his body was not taken until 12 o'clock at night, we will be out here riding at night tonight. So for those who still want to ride, and those who still want to protest, and those who still want to fight for justice for this young man, we're going to do that. We're going to be out here tonight. So please stay here, and those who want to go home, you have the right to do that. You have the right to get your rest. But they did not take that young man's body out of here until 12 o'clock at night. And that's not justice. They shot him 19 times in the head, and we not stopping. I don't have time to rest. They don't rest when they kill us, so we out here tonight. So if y'all want to ride with us, and join with us, please do so. We love y'all. Thank you. Everybody, the community. Us is the community. Oh, and I'm part of the We Rising community. I mean, We Rising Phoenix project. So, I mean, for me, it's all about the community. It's not so much about the organization. We out here fighting for James Garcia.
Got y'all back, baby.
And then with that, right, people who are going to be out, just remember, you're in Maryville. Our communities, there's high risk, right? My grandma lives here, my mom lives here, my aunts live here, and we know that when police go violent, they take everyone and anyone on the way. We have police that were already giving out tickets yesterday, they're giving out today. So as we're going through our communities, remember, we're not only keeping each other safe, we're keeping our people safe. And some of our people don't know what's happening. We need to let them know, but we need to make sure that they're not at risk. And so we're gonna be, coming back and showing up and continue to show up. If you're gonna be out there, take water, be safe. We can't tell you not to, right? Be safe. And then we end with one talk together and say, James.